Hi there, my name is TK and I've tested OMAD on 1 meal a day with keto so you don't have to. Yeah. I've been doing it for 10 days and I intend to do it for 30 in search of healthy ways to lose fat and maintain muscle for you guys to profit from. So if you're interested in the 30 days experiment, hit that subscribe button and notification bell so that you know when the next video is out. You might wonder, is it healthy to engage in such a diet combination? And I'll get to that in a second. But first I want to state that I'm not a professional dietist or anything related to professional health. I'm just a guy from the internet who experiments with habits relating to health. I'll start off by saying that lots of people struggle with dietary health, losing weight, or even maintaining the weight that they've lost. Myself included, because it's difficult to restrain yourself from overindulgence because there's so much tasty food out there. And that's paired with subconscious dopamine rushes you get from sugars, carbs, and fats after consumption. I think the majority knows that it is important to be healthy to function as a normal human being, but often struggle with the balance of the things they think they have to do versus health maintenance. So that begs the question, how do you balance your everyday life on one hand and on the other your health? It all starts with awareness of importance of health, and in this day and age, information is abundant and relatively easily accessible. But with this abundance, how can we discern what works and what doesn't? Well, I believe everyone is different and each body functions differently in general. So it's best to do your own due diligence research and based on that research, select a diet to test from what works best on your own body. I started OMAD 8 months ago and I was able to lose some weight. I felt energetic and I functioned pretty normally on that diet. With this diet, I managed to go from 22% body fat to 15% body fat, but plateaued there for 2 months now. So to my own dismay, I didn't reach my goal of single-digit body fat. My little brother, however, he managed to get there, and here's a picture of him flexing his results. That was a reinforcement of the statement that each body functions differently. Note that my little brother and I roughly had the same workout routine and roughly had the same diet. So that's why 10 days ago I tried something more drastic and used my own health and body to experiment with, applying principles of keto combined with OMAD. Let's start by going through the pros and cons of OMAD from the internet versus what I had personally experienced. Increase in focus and productivity. I don't think it affected me negatively, but I don't know how to measure that. But it definitely is some training and willpower. Weight loss. That's a yes for me, but only to a certain degree. Eat whatever you want. I did that too, but I highly recommend to eat healthy foods. Autophagy, which is a mechanism that promotes cell regeneration. I have no idea. Absence of distractions on when to eat until your mealtime comes. Yes, this was true for me, but sometimes you do get hungry. Increased BMR. Not sure about that, but based on my experience, it might have even suffered because I mostly was eating at a deficit, but somehow I plateaued for 2 months. Increase in growth hormone. I don't know how to verify that claim. Increase in memory. My personal performance on cognitive challenges were fine, but I don't know if it got better. Promotes gut health. I'm not sure about that one either, but at least it didn't get worse. Okay, that covers the benefits from the internet versus my own experience. Now for the risk from OMAD. Not sustainable for a long period of time. For me, this wasn't true. It was quite convenient and I got accustomed to it quite easily. Extreme hunger, physical weakness, and fatigue. I had experienced all these negative symptoms. However, they subdued for me in a short period of 3 days. And from 3 days on out, I was able to reap the mentioned benefits. So I'd like to claim I was healthy on OMAD because my sports performance didn't suffer. I felt healthy, I was happy, and I slept well. Managed to lose weight, and foremost, I managed to progress in calisthenics. However, I didn't reach my target of single-digit body fat. For reference purposes, I wanted to reach single-digit body fat as a challenge to myself in order to see if I was capable of such feat. And because I practice calisthenics. Calisthenics basically favors the short and light people. I'm not claiming reaching single-digit body fat is healthy. It might be even the opposite. But from my little brother's experience, he felt pretty good being single-digit body fat that was reached through OMAD. It's starting to get a little bit dark and stormy, so let's go inside to further discuss this. We are back at our humble abode with Ted next to me. So now let's pick up where we had left off. Now as for keto on top of OMAD, I've been doing that for 10 days. What had prompted me to test keto dieting was because of the podcast Joe Rogan Experience 1070, where Joe Rogan talked with Jordan Peterson. And something that struck me from their conversation, in short, is that Jordan's and his daughter's symptoms for autoimmune disease subdued to the diet and provided them other health benefits like high energy and no hunger. So I thought to myself, I should give it a go and follow keto on top of eating OMAD style. So let's go through the benefits claimed from the internet versus what I have personally experienced. More energy. That's a definite no for me. Weight loss. Big yes, and to make it even better, I lost mainly fat. Thank God. reduction of seizures if you have epilepsy. Can't make a statement on that because I don't have epilepsy. Autoimmune deficiency symptom suppression. Ditto. I don't have an autoimmune disease, so my apologies if you were curious on this topic. More control on diabetes. That's something I can't testify for because I don't have that disease either. But frankly speaking, if you lower your carb and sugar intake, it would make sense that diabetes would be a bit more under control. Now for the cons, hard induction period. That's a definite yes for me. It is pretty hard to get accustomed to and I had hardcore cravings for sweets and French fries. Nutrient deficiencies. From my perspective, if you plan your macros and supplement multivitamins and magnesium, this shouldn't be a problem. Keto flu. My god, this is a bad one. Within the first 3 days, I felt pretty sick and tired. Restrictive on many types of food. This was also definitely a challenge for me. Difficulty building muscle. I can't tell for sure, but I have to say I've gotten weaker in bodyweight exercising. Okay, now I'd like to talk about whether or not if it was healthy to be on a Keto OMAD from my perspective. At the 10-day mark, I'd like to say Keto OMAD is quite the challenge. I won't get into the metrics of your bodily functions, but rather go into the subjective experience. I've been experiencing poor sleep. I had constipation for the first 2 days, and then right after constipation, I was having diarrhea for 2 days. However, my bowel movement became normal after 6 days, I'd say. My endurance became much lower in badminton. I used to be able to play for 9 sets easily, but on Keto OMAD, I found myself fatigued after only 4 sets. Even my strength in calisthenics suffered quite a bit. I'll just take one exercise as an example. I used to be able to do 4 sets of 8 of elevated pike push-ups, but now I was fighting for the 6th rep every single set. No way I could reach the 8. So that was pretty bad. I had the keto flu and lots of difficulty on focusing or just working in general. The only plus that I had for keto was an amazing fat loss within 10 days, which I'll show you right now. I'll start off with some in-body score metrics. I lost a total of 2.4 kilograms. The crazy thing is, according to the in-body score, I lost 2.9 kilograms of fat and gained 0.5 kilograms of muscle. The biggest change happened between day 1 and day 5. From day 5 to day 10, I lost 0.6 kilograms of fat and 0.1 kilograms of muscle. I have done this diet just for 10 days, so won't conclusively say that it is unhealthy. Maybe it takes a longer time to adapt to ketosis, but what I can say that it's hard, especially if one of your pleasures comes from social activity and eating, because there's lots of foods and drinks that you can't have on keto. And on top of that, of course, the before mentioned negative effects as well. I'll give this diet a go for 30 days, so 20 more to go for me to provide you with my conclusive personal finding. And who knows, maybe after 30 days, this diet turns out to be healthy and energizing. My recommendations for now, however, is to try more healthy diet alternatives for losing weight, like clean OMAD. And that was it for my rant. Hope you found my personal experience on the matter helpful. And if you want to see more of our health-driven content and our 30-day conclusion, hit that subscribe button. Thank you very much for watching, and with the Habit Engineers, signing out.